The design house that helped shape Ferrari. Welcome to Caromate, a community for automobile enthusiasts. Without further ado, let's get started. Pininfarina is probably the best known of all Italian styling houses, penning some of the world's most coveted car designs. Mr. Sergio Farina, the CEO of Pininfarina, died in 2012, but it was his father Battista who started Casoria Pininfarina. Born in Torino on November 2, 1893, as Battista Farina, he would be better known throughout his life and career by his nickname Pinin, which means youngest, which he later changed his surname to Pininfarina in 1961. Pinin's relationship with cars started young by the age of 12. He was already working at his brother's Giovanni body shop, Stabilimenti Industriali Farina, learning many of the foundation skills for bodywork and design. Just 5 years later, Pinin was given the opportunity to submit a design for the new Fiat Zero. Asked whether he preferred his own design or Fiat's proposal, he boldly told the Fiat founder, Mr. Giovanni Agnelli, "I prefer this one because I designed it," subsequently winning the commission. By 1920, the auto industry in America was growing at an incredible rate, both in production and technology. His curiosity took him stateside, where he met Henry Ford, who offered him a job on the spot, but Farina declined, choosing to return to Italy. But with the dream and enthusiasm for his own business, Pinin was married soon after his return, having two children, Gianna, born in 1922, and his son Sergio, born in 1926. He also took up racing, driving his own car to victory in the Aosta Gran San Bernardo race in 1921, and in the process beating prepared race cars and setting a course record that stood for 11 years. It was during his racing days that he met a number of influential contacts. Among the most important were Mr. Vincenzo Lancia. In 1930, after spending a decade developing new technologies and designs tested through racing with the support of Lancia and a wealthy aunt, he left his brother's firm and founded Pininfarina, opening his shop on Corsa Trapani in Torino. His plan was to construct custom bodies to order as well as produce small runs of special models that would be sold directly to the public. The earliest work of the firm was based on Italian chassis, most from those of his friend Lancia, as well as Fiat, Alfa Romeo, and Isotta Fraschini. Pinin's earliest designs were well proportioned, conservative efforts in the Italian style with a strong emphasis on unbroken horizontal lines. After World War II, the Paris Auto Show barred him from participating as a citizen of a former Axis power. Audaciously, Pinin and his son Sergio drove up two new cars, an Alfa Romeo Sport 2500 and a Lancia Aprilia Cabriolet, to Paris, parking the cars outside the entrance of the motor show. The French press disapproved, but the crowds loved the cars. It was also around this time that he produced what many consider to be his masterwork, the 1947 Cistelia 202 Coupe. Being involved in the chassis design from the beginning, he was able to do everything as he saw fit, including the horizontal radiator and seamless integration of the fenders with the body sides. The Museum of Modern Art in New York was so impressed with the car that in 1951 they named it Cistelia, one of the 10 great automotive designs of all time, putting the car on display. The company grew and prospered through the 1950s and was now able to design and build in quantity for major manufacturers. Pinin created models based on Lancia Aurelia, Alfa Romeo 1900 and 6C2500, Fiat 1100 and the Maserati A6. More non-Italian work started to come the company's way, including the Ambassador for Nash alongside the Nash Healey sports car and the design for BMC, British Motor Corporation, and Peugeot. To keep up with the ever-growing demand, the company relocated to a larger site outside Torino in 1958. Around the same time, Alfa Romeo accepted Pininfarina's design over Burton's for the new Giulietta Spider, and it became the first vehicle that Pininfarina produced in large numbers, with Alfa Romeo's choice backed up by the confidence that they could produce 20 cars a day for a run of 1000 bodies. The Spider was a huge success for Alfa Romeo and Pininfarina, with the US importer Max Hoffman stating that he could sell as many as they could make. The 1956, the year of production, they produced 1025 units. which then expanded to over 4,000 in 1959, the first full year of the new factory. Of course, Ferrari is the mark most closely associated with Pininfarina, but the first talk of potential partnership didn't actually take place before 1951. It started with a meeting in a cafe in Tortona, a small town halfway between Torino and Modena. Being in neutral territory because both men were too stubborn to visit each other's headquarters. The general consensus of the motoring press in the 50s through Ferrari-Pinin partnership wouldn't last, but since the two giants collaborated, their combined marks defined some of the most beautiful cars ever made in a constantly evolving relationship that has now lasted over 60 years, with around 200 Ferraris designed by Pininfarina to date. In 1961, after 50 years of activity, Pinin turned the direction of the firm to his son Sergio and his son-in-law Renzo Carli. Even though Pinin was no longer running things, he still continued to make a number of important contributions to the business. Pinin devoted his later years to travel, filmmaking, and cultural and charitable works. Among his many honors, he received the key to the city of Detroit. The last design personally attributed to Battista Farina was the iconic 1600 Duetto for Alfa Romeo. This was seen by the public at the Geneva Motor Show in March 1966. Battista died less than a month later, on 3rd April 1966. Mahindra Group, together with affiliate Tech Mahindra, have 76% stake from holding company Pincar for 25.3 million euros. The Indian company will offer the same price for the remaining stock. In addition to buying stock, Mahindra will invest 20 million euros in Pininfarina and provide a guarantee to creditors of 114.5 million euros. Currently, Pininfarina is busy with their electric concept car named Battista. The car makes 1900 horsepower. This car says Pininfarina and not any other name. Fast forward to 2015, Mahindra Group, the owner of Indian automobile company Mahindra & Mahindra, agreed to buy the Italian car designer Pininfarina in a deal worth 168 million euros. These are one of the most iconic designs made by Pininfarina. After Battista, Pininfarina also has plans for making an all-electric SUV. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Our handles will be in the description.